Hello, this is Dr. Ope Banwo, the Fearless Netpreneur, with another amazing live podcast today. And of course, I've been talking about him. I've been hinting about him. Now he's here to talk about the hottest tool on the planet right now. And I'm not talking about threats, okay? I'm talking about something some of you out there probably have never even heard about, or you've heard about, you think it's something that secret society boys or fraternity boys use. You've heard of that thing called ChatGPT and Google Bard, and it sounds to you like some kind of Illuminati stuff. We've got the guy, we've got the Baron in the house today who's going to break it down for you. Because, believe it or not, that is going to be the most consequential tool in our lifetime from the way I see it. But don't take my word from it. I've got a man that as an early adopter who has made it his mission in life to educate, to encourage, and to show people how this thing can really transform your life. Of course, if you know what I'm talking about and you happen to be in Clubhouse or in those scenes where they are talking about ChatGPT, you will know I'm talking about Luis Estrella. Luis Estrella is a dynamic and innovative real estate professional. That's true. Don't let that confuse you. He's an accomplished author and speaker and has taught over 120,000 people nationwide in the US on how to become successful real estate investors. As an early adopter of ChatGPT and other machine learning systems, Louis is now recognized as one of the authorities in the coveted field of prompt engineering. If that sound like Greek to you, that what exactly is prompt engineering? Exactly what I asked him when I saw him, when I first started hearing him talk about it. But today we are going to demystify the whole thing. Welcome with me, guys, by putting an emoji wherever you're watching this from. We are live on Twitter, we are live on Facebook, we are live on LinkedIn, and of course, we're also live on Gist House and Clubhouse. No less for the Baron. Welcome with me, the Baron of ChatGPT. How you doing, Louis?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Okay, let's get this shit going. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation today. Say hello to our fans all over the world who are watching this from everywhere. I don't know where they are. Just say hello to them.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. From wherever you are, you picked the right show and the right place to be. So thank you guys for being here.
All righty. Guys, as I told you early in the morning, it was going to be a super duper Sunday. We had a 10G Colin Drummond early in the morning, and it was a blast as we locked him down on social media. Now we're taking this game to a whole new level with ChatGPT. Now tell me, Louis, we just get straight to it. We don't do any preambles. We just go. Hope you have shared this with your friends. You have a link to share with your own group. Okay. I woke up finally in April to this thing called ChatGPT. But the hysteria has been there since November. Okay. People are talking. The next thing I know, 100 million people are using it. So what exactly is this thing called ChatGPT? And why do you think anyone should be all over it right now or cry later?
So what's ChatGPT? ChatGPT, the simplest way of doing it, it's a genie, right? For some people, it's a devil because it's going to make them unemployed. But for those who know exactly what they have, it was described when I first got started with it as the power of good and evil. I don't know if this is my echo, but
no, there's no echo. You're good.
Okay. But it's described as the power of good and evil, in that if you really want to impact the world in a positive way, you can. If you want to be destructive to your future, you can be by deciding not to even use it. A lot of people have been fearful about what it's capable or what its capabilities are. We taught people how to write books, how to apply for grants, how to raise their children better, how to do fitness plans, you name it. It can be exactly what you're looking for. It's a Swiss Army knife of artificial intelligence. So we teach people how to use it, master it, and change their lives and the lives of everyone around them.
All right. So what have we got to say to those who have not even yet been engaged with it right now? Maybe they're just hearing about it for the first time, or they've heard about it, they thought it was another social media and they're not bothering. What do you have to say to them?
Fear is false evidence appearing real. So if you're sitting on the sideline and you're listening to what people have to say about something and you won't even pick up your fingers and try it yourself,
I like that.
you deserve the outcome of what comes from that, right? I've never seen somebody win the lottery by watching people play the lottery. I've never seen somebody win Monopoly by watching people play. You have to get in the game if you want to be a winner. So if you're listening to speculation, pontification, and you're not looking for ways to become an authority in something, then you're going to fall victim to the wave.
Interesting. Yes, I think I couldn't have put it better myself. If you're just out there looking, following them to talk, and you have not even gone to download the thing and see what you can do, then you are going to deserve every regret that you're going to be having in another couple of years, because you will have one. I can tell you guys that for free, guys. I myself, I heard of ChatGPT in November when it started, because I'm online, I'm always hear this stuff. But I didn't even bother to go and download it because I just thought it's another social media platform. And I'm like, I'm tired. I'm trying. How many will I use? That was the mentality I put on it. And every time I hear it, I just pass. I didn't enter any of the rooms where they're talking about it. I just like, whatever. Then in April, just 2.5 months ago, I was in Gist House, my own audio conversation app that works like Clubhouse that we are launching. And I found one of my boys talking about ChatGPT. There was one of my proteges. I'm like, what is this ChatGPT thing? That was me in April 4th or 5th. And then I said, like you rightly said, why am I here thinking that it's just another social media? If everybody is talking about it, there has to be something. Then I went online. I went to my phone. I downloaded it. If I went online, they told me where to go. I asked them, how do I get this thing called ChatGPT? They told me, and I went and I downloaded it. And I was like, I just wasted 4 months of my life being out of the game. That should have been all over this from day one. And there and then, guys, I canceled all my appointments for April and May. I told my staff, I'm going to take 2 months everywhere in this earth that I can get to, where they are talking to GPT. That's where I'm going to be for the next 2 months, because I need to catch up. One, I need to understand it well. I need to immerse it, because I'm a coach. I'm a trainer, helping people with their destiny, helping people how to go to the next level. And I don't know about the biggest tool that can help my guys, that I'm failing my followers. And I went, and that's what I did. I did not go to any court. I did not do any interviews. I did not do any webinars. I did not do anything. And I think those 2 months dedicated is probably the best spent of my life. So I'm telling you the same thing. Whether you like it or not, you are going to be there. The question is, how much will you have left on the table? So saying that, now the next thing, I like to call in the baron of prompt engineering, because he even looks it. Look at him. He looks like a daddy. That when it comes to this thing, I got it. Now, when I got in there, at one point, I found out that this thing, for you to, it's like try to learn the language to speak to an alien that just came into your house. That if you really want the best thing from it, you have to go learn something called prompt engineering, because this thing called ChatGPT responds to prompts, and depending on how skilled you are on your prompt or not is what will determine the kind of answer you give. So I decided I want to go study this thing called prompt engineering. So then I ran into Louis, the Don. And one day I'm like, this is the man I've been looking for. Everybody talks about prompt engineering on Clubhouse, but very few people, and I have to give you your props on air. Very few people actually do it and show you. It's one thing to tell you, you can use a prompt like this, you can use a prompt like this. I saw Louis, we go on Zoom, he will share his screen, and he will do this thing live. Even when he struggled with some prompts, he will say, wait, he will cancel it, he will put it and solve the problem. And I'm like, this is the kind of man we need. And I started following him, and I'm glad I did, because I've learned a lot from him. So, Louis, I wanted to break it down for those who might be watching this. What is prompt engineering, and why is it so important for machine learning systems like ChatGPT or Google Bard?
So prompt engineering, in the simplest way of putting it, is your ability to express your thoughts in order, right? It's called prompt stacking. So if you look at how you teach people, give me a second, let me turn my volume down. If you look at how you teach your friends to stay your friends and how to respect you, right? That's prompt engineering. You're prompting them in staying your friend. If you're teaching your kids on how to be respectful, or how to have manners, or how to be good students, or how to be respectful human beings, you're prompting them. To be honest, prompt engineering, if you get away from the rigmarole, or you get away from the complicated nature of it all, it really is just expressing your thoughts as detailed as possible in the best possible order. So in short, that's exactly what it is.
All right. But breaking it down basically in a way to talk respectfully to something you need to give you the information that you are looking for. All right. Thank you very much. We have people joining from everywhere. We see Bishop Ibro Zion saying you are very correct, sir. He's probably joining us. I think he's joining us from somewhere in Nigeria. And we are going to keep highlighting some. And we have several messages coming in even on YouTube right now, but I will go to them later. I want to keep this man focused. He's got a short time with us today. So as an early adopter of ChatGPT and machine learning systems, what initially drew you to this field of prompt engineering? By the way, those of you joining from everywhere, we are live mostly on Facebook, my personal profile. We are live on Twitter. We are live on LinkedIn, and we are live on Clubhouse and Gista. So feel comfortable where you are. This is, even though we're on video on the Facebook pages and YouTube and co, it is like my podcast show. So audio is also cool. It's not like we're sharing anything that you can't see. So feel comfortable wherever you are. On Clubhouse is speaking through my own microphone. So that way we don't have an echo. That's because somebody has asked you a question about that. All right. So as an early adopter of ChatGPT and machine learning systems, what initially drew you to this field of prompt engineering for ChatGPT?
Yeah. So what initially drew me to the field of prompt engineering was I learned about ChatGPT on December 14th, right? I went into a room, I heard people talking about it, and they were saying how it wasn't ethical, the limitations of what you can and can't do, what you shouldn't do. And I thought to myself, if this just came out and all I hear is negative, there's got to be some positive to it.
Okay.
And I shut it down. I listened to that stuff for 30 minutes. And when I hear people talk limitations, my mind automatically starts exploding. So I shut them off. I didn't even look at their little document that they were passing around of all the things that they had been practicing, because I knew that they were coming from a limited mindset. And I don't want to work off of people's limited mindsets. So I had a project where I was actually working on tokenizing real estate and applying for my SEC filing. And when I first presented that work to somebody else, they thought I was ludicrous. They're like, this thing is so extravagant, it's so grandiose, you shouldn't be thinking about this. So I took my entire project that I had been working on for months and I dumped it into ChatGPT, and then I turned it into an SEC lawyer, and then I started working on my SEC filing, my Reg D, Reg C plus filing, and I just started cranking away at it. And every time that I was working through it, and I would get a negative response saying, I'm only an AI model, I can't do this for you, my real estate brain turned on, and I said, that's an objection. I know how to solve that. I said, well, if you could, what would it look like? And all of a sudden, this thing that told me it couldn't do what I was asking it for, it said, well, here's your response. And every time I ran into that roadblock, I would respond as though I was a salesperson, where that no was more of a question and saying, why should I? And I just started cranking away. Not only did I accomplish my SEC filing, I also wrote 3 books. I had also organized a non-for-profit. I had also worked on another business idea that I had had for years and I put to the side. Essentially, in a matter of 24 hours, I had gotten 7 years worth of work that I had been putting to the side and never getting to, and I had gotten it accomplished in a 24-hour span. So for me, a light bulb went off in my head, and I said, if this is possible for me to do, then this can't be out of the ordinary. I'm not mystical. I'm not divine. I come from a divine source, but me myself, I'm very human, right? I'm very flawed in many senses. But this has got to be duplicatable. And when I did that for the first 24 hours, in the next 24 hours, so 48 hours later, I had accomplished where I had written 4 full books. I had worked on multiple businesses. I had created multiple websites. And I had literally done about 14 years worth of work in a matter of 48 hours. So I realized this tool gave me the ability to collapse timeframes, to collapse understanding, to collapse the need for more people, as long as I had more thoughts. So for me, that's what really drew me into being locked in, focused, and kind of shutting out the world and what the limiting beliefs were.
Interesting. Okay, I see that. In fact, I think we had the same mind frame because when I also had it in that my gist house room, they were talking mostly about that also, how the thing is going to take over our life, how we're all going to be answerable to machines now and all of that. And I'm like, what are they talking about? Before I can join this conversation, let me even go find out what exactly they're talking about. And when I got in there and I realized how ignorant their position is, that like you rightly said, we just have a tool that has collapsed time, has made it possible for you to do stuff that would typically take you 8 months, to do it in less than a week. And people are here talking about whether to use it or not to use it. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And like you also, I attacked it and I've used it. I've had this, for instance, I've had this idea of writing a series about Nigeria, like a kind of historical book series that will capture Nigeria from the time we got independence in 1960 up till today. And then I wanted to do it in a way that is very entertaining, but at the same time has a basis in fact. Something like a faction, where you have combination of fiction and non-fiction. So where you can make it entertaining. But I've thought about it for maybe 10 years. But when I look at the research I have to do, because you have to get the facts before you can then add the non-fiction part of it to make it really, really interesting. I could not get it done. So when I had this thing, guess what? That was the first thing that came to my mind. And in the space of 1 week, I did the first 5 volumes. It's a 10-volume set that let me just show it to the audience so that they understand practical stuff here. I've not launched the book. I'm waiting for October this year when I'm going to launch it. I call it the Chronicle, I don't even have that on screen. When I did with that, I'm going to bring that up later. Then I also did something on what also occurred to me, because I'm a hustler. I always tell everybody that. What does an hustler think when he hears something like what we just had? He had, there is this thing that has collapsed time for everybody. Okay, there is this thing that can help people to do in 1 week what would typically take them 8 weeks. So I'm thinking the ignorance level is so high that the first hustle ground there is for me to go and create a series of instructional books that will help people who are going to be getting into this to understand it. So I decided I was going to write that what will it be like if people like pastors who are thinking that this is the end time, or a lawyer who has heard about ChatGPT but doesn't know what it does and has all these questions in his mind. What will it be like if they were to meet ChatGPT in person? All right, so that they can ask ChatGPT, the all-knowing AI machine, every question about their industry. And I went and I started the series, and so far I've written 5 of them. And let me show you what that looks like. You're gonna be. It's really. Where is it now? I'm trying to show it here. Sorry, we're here. How do I bring this thing up on screen? Banners. Okay, right here. I can't bring it up. All right, but I wrote 5 of them. I called the Encounter series. ChatGPT meets the pastor meets ChatGPT. So I set it up where the man went to search for him, and then they finally found themselves, and now I found him in a laboratory, and they start having a conversation. So I did the first one about the Christian meets ChatGPT, where ChatGPT answered 100 questions that any Christian will have about ChatGPT. I love this so much. I decided I'm going to do the one for attorneys. I love this so much. I decided I'm going to do one for real estate practitioners. So now I got 5 and I'm going to 10. So guys, the reason why we're giving this early story is to let you guys understand how massive this thing is and what it's doing. All right. Maybe what I want you to do for me in a second here are some of the use cases of ChatGPT in the context of prompt engineering that you have come across. Okay, what people have been able to do with it in terms of using prompt engineering to work on ChatGPT. Come on, bring it. What are the use cases you have seen? Some of the exciting ones.
So since you brought up pastors, right? Let's go here.
Okay, let's go there.
A one-click sermon creator, right? Where pastors can literally create their exegesis, their ethos, pathos, and logos to put together a sermon or a year's worth of sermon or repurposed sermons for them and their congregation. That's done. Like we did that. And we actually ran that by.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
Oh yeah.
Say that
again.
So
that's done. That's in the books already. We're right now.
What is in the books?
Huh?
What is in the books? What is in the books? I didn't hear that.
Oh, that means it's done. That we did what? The one-click sermon creator. We own oneclicksermoncreator.com. That website is literally being produced as we speak. That's ready for pastors. That's good. That's a subscription-based model for pastors to eliminate 3 weeks worth of work per sermon and write their sermons and extrapolate their sermons and break down their exegesis, whether it be in Aramaic, in Hebrew, I mean Sanskrit, you name it, that's there for them. That's there.
Oh man, you got that one over me. I was thinking about that.
Come on, baby. Come on, that's done.
Oh my God.
A one-click grant writer, right? Where we've helped the treasurer for the Democratic Republic of Congo apply for multi-million dollars in international and national grants. So that way the Democratic Republic of Congo can reduce carbon emissions, increase their overall produce and their income as a nation. That's done. One click grant writer. That's in the books. And that he's literally doing that as we speak. Shout out to Jean Claude.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. I want to do the one on pastors. Sorry, the one on lawyers. That's what I want to do. Are you going to work with me on getting that one done? No, it's done.
Oh, that's hey, we could, it ain't nothing to it to do it. You tell me what you want to get done and it's done.
Okay, go for it.
We created an artificial intelligence university, right? Where it's an AI metaversity, right? Where we teach people how to get access to all of this knowledge all in one location for a marginal fractional price. But that's the university that we created with all of the lessons that we've done. We've taught people how to become search engine optimization experts. We've taught people how to repair their own credit and boost their credit, remove late payments. We taught people how to write living trust, common law trust, revocable, irrevocable trust, land trust, you name it. Trust the process. We've taught people how to get access to more than $100,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance. 10 of those programs per state, starting from Alabama to Wyoming. We taught people how to create websites. We've taught people how to do chatbots. We've taught people how to create courses in one click, one prompt course creator. We've taught, I mean, bro, we could go on and on about the things we
Yeah.
teach people. Like what like if you got
Now, which one do I want?
hey, I know that's what I'm saying. And it was funny when we still had almost free. It was only $275 to join our exclusive community that was seeing what we were doing. Dr. Ope joined us when we still had that exclusive access, which is no longer.
You don't have it anymore.
No longer available.
Oh my God.
Now they got to pay $275 just for a 60-minute one-on-one. This is that ship is past. But at this point,
I still got to keep my membership, right?
Oh yeah, baby, you got that. You got that. I'm just saying. But I mean, honestly, at this point, there isn't one realm of entrepreneurship that we haven't covered, from content creation, creating more than a year's worth or 2 or 3 years worth of content for their respective businesses, creating standard operating procedures, building out sponsorship letters for your business, helping your kids apply for more than $300,000 in scholarships for them to go to college, even for them to go to get their masters and otherwise, bro. Like how to create smart contracts, how to develop NFTs, bro. Like Jesus Christ, like this.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, like what. You tell me what topic you want to cover, and I'm telling you, we probably already covered it 10 times over. So
all right,
yeah.
I don't think we have covered the one on law I want, but we'll talk about privately. What I want is a different.
Oh well, wait a second. Unlike that lawyer that almost lost his
license.
Yeah, he's almost lost his license. We develop prompts that can only give you verifiable information and source actual case studies, so he'll never have that problem. But all he had to do was join our community and get access to that, and utilizing web ChatGPT and all these.
I don't have access to that. I need to get that right now.
I've been trying to get you in the university, Dr. Obi. Don't give me that. Don't give me that.
Is the attorney I want?
Hey,
guys.
I'm just saying. I asked that.
The reason why I asked him that, guys, is just to let you guys know that it's not an issue of whether the case studies of this. This man has done practically every aspect of it. I've seen it. I've seen the one on grant writing. I've seen the curriculum of his university. So, guys, if you are still out there thinking that this thing is still theory, boys have gone far on this matter. Even ordinary me that started yesterday. This is the series that I wrote on the series I did for those who might be having questions about ChatGPT. It's called The Marketer Meets ChatGPT. It covered about 100 questions that every marketer will ever have about ChatGPT. How do I use it? How can I use it to make money? How can I use it to do my sales pages? Every question that you can have. Then we have the Pope, Mr. GPT. What will happen if the Pope were to meet ChatGPT? What kind of questions will he ask? Questions like, is this the Antichrist? How can we use this in the Christendom? How can we use ChatGPT to do discipleship? How can we use it to do evangelism? How can we use it to do fellowship? How can we use it to advance the cause of Christianity? How can we use it to write sermons? All those questions that you have. I'm going to be launching this series probably in about a month, because I have too many things that I have my Success Secrets books next week. But this is big. I've got a lot of requests for it. Then the attorney, Mr. GPT. What are the pitfalls to using it? How can I use it in my practice? How can the paralegals use it? How can I use it to get clients? How can I use it to prepare for trial? All those questions, I got ChatGPT to answer them. And then, of course, the entertainer, Mr. GPT, in the entertainment industry, the media. How can you use ChatGPT to explode your career? How can you use it to go viral? How can you use it to do your presentations? If you're a comedian, how can you use it to prepare your comedy skits? Every area that you might imagine. If you're an entertainer, we talked about that. And then the politician, Mr. GPT, because I think Our politicians need to understand the power of it. And I'm going to 10 volumes. All my series on ChatGPT is 10. I want to cover the key areas. The one on real estate, I think I did that one halfway and I've left it, but I'm going to finish all of it. So when I launch it, I'm going to launch the series as one. So that right now we have books 1 to 5. If you would like to reserve that, inbox me. I'm not even putting a link out yet. That's to tell you things are happening. Now my pet project, which I think is going to be a doozy, is the Chronicles of Muguland. Okay, a faction-based short novel series. This is about stories about Nigeria. What I did was I broke it into segments in our history. For instance, 1960 to 1965. That is one I call Shattered Hopes, about how we got independence, the facts of it, and then play with some of the facts in the series. For instance, there was a part where they said Awolowo met with Ojukwu, the two leaders of Nigeria, and they decided that whether the Yorubas were going to go with the Igbos if they succeed. Nobody could prove that that meeting happened. So those are places I took liberty with the facts. But the main facts to set our history, it's amazing what ChatGPT can help you do. I say it freely. I was able to do these 4 volumes that I finished in less than a week because I had to sit down with it, ask it questions, and the areas I want to cover. It's amazing. Of course, Muguland is Nigeria. It's going to be a very controversial title, The Chronicles of Muguland. And then, I'm sure you have seen the rise of General Sambisa there. You're wondering, what exactly is that? I'm not going to talk about that until you get the book. We have Brothers at War, which covered the Civil War, 1967 to 1970, where the Igbos and the rest of Nigeria went to war, the horrors of the war. We covered all the battles, the Battle of Abagana, the Battle of Enugu. We covered it, and in a very, very entertaining way. Guys, this is going to be the classic book on the history of Nigeria because it combines fiction with faction and makes it very entertaining. And then I had a volume that I just finished. I love that one about General Babangida and MK Abiola. Remember the guy that won election in Nigeria, the first free and fair election, and then they canceled the election, jailed the guy, and he ultimately died in prison. So I wrote the whole volume on that. The evil genius and the generous tycoon. We all in Nigeria know who the evil genius is. I'm not going to call him by name. He's the general that was very good friends with MKO Abiola, who is the generous tycoon, who used to give money to everybody. He was a very generous man. And that series, I just love it. What happened between them, how they fell apart, how Babangida empowered him, and all of that stuff. All of that is. But guys, all of this was made possible by ChatGPT and prompt engineering. And from some few stuff I learned from this man you are looking at. I went to his very first room. I saw the way he prompts. That was enough for me. Day one, I'm an action guy. Forget all the long story. I'm like, okay. And then I went back to my ChatGPT. Was like, I'm in the candy store. He can do practically anything. So guys, I'm talking so much about this, even though Louis is my guest today. For those of you watching me, if you are not into this thing now, forget. Threads is good. We're going to talk about that later. That is just a social media. It's like Twitter. That's not what we're talking about. This is a life-changing event that is not getting as much airplay right now as Threads is. So do it or regret later. Okay. Now let's go into some more specifics. Okay. Let's talk about this. The impact of machine learning system, that is ChatGPT. When you guys hear me talk about machine learning systems, I'm talking about ChatGPT, Google Bard, and all those other text-based AI tools that are coming up. Okay, Bing has also come up with his own, but the two principal ones right now is Google Bard and ChatGPT. Okay, can you discuss the impact of ChatGPT on the creation of best-selling books and how authors can leverage these technologies? Because this is a discussion, unlike your typical interview. Me and you are just going to be going back and forth talking about the issues. So talk to me about that.
Yeah. So
creation of best-selling books.
Yeah. In our community, we've already had 9 bestsellers go out and create books. And these are people that didn't go to school to be authors, right? This levels the playing field and gives people like me and you, or anybody watching this, the ability to go from spectator to or author through and through. All it takes is you putting 1 drop, 1 liter, 1 gallon of your thoughts into ChatGPT. I'm going to say ChatGPT and not Bard specifically. Bard is more for updated information. Like you said, if you wanted to source data, right, and kind of throw that into ChatGPT just to give it some updated information and things like that, that's cool. But what machine learning does is that it allows you to accelerate your overall expertise and use the combined knowledge of every author in history in that specific field to supplement and supercharge all of the things you want to do, right? Think about how much money it would cost for you to take every best-selling author in a specific genre to come in and support you. How much would that cost? It'd be crazy. It'd be an insane amount of money that would take, and you would need almost an infinite amount of resources to get that done. You can do that in one point blank period. You no longer need a ghost writer if you have your AI, actual intelligence, and the AI, artificial intelligence, working hand in hand. So they can leverage these technologies by understanding that it won't do all of the work because it's you to prompt it, right? So I know there's been a lot of how do you say ethical discussions about is this ethical for authors to be using ChatGPT. I think it's unethical for us as intellectuals not to use every tool at our disposal to help as many people as possible. I think that's unethical, especially if the tool is available and especially if that tool is free for now.
Interesting. You actually are coming at it from the other perspective. It's actually unethical for you not to use a tool that is available to help you improve your game. And I happen to agree with you that contrary to what is being sold out there, the AI is really not writing the book. You are still the master. You are telling it what to write. It's like having a supercharged assistant who can do research or for you at the speed of light. And you're saying, I'm not going to use it because it's writing too fast. So for me, in fact, just like somebody just put that question in there, let me just put that up. That is related to this. It says, AI not coming to reduce human employment. But we're going to come back to your question, Prof. Bishop, we're going to come back to your question. It's a very important question, and we're going to deal with that. But for now, we are talking about whether how authors can use this. Imagine you're an author out there. You're trying to write a book. Typically, you might decide you want to go on a retreat. If you're a very serious author, you spend weeks in retreat trying to get inspiration from the bard. I think that's probably why they call it this Google bard. Now I'm thinking, maybe that's why they call it the bard, because you're supposed to get inspiration from the bard. All those literature writers of old, William Shakespeare, they say they got inspiration from the bard, something in the air that is inspiring them. But imagine you have to go for a month to go write. You come back, you're going to take another maybe 3 months to get it edited. Or if you're like me, it might take you a year to write the book because you're writing one chapter at a time and it's intensive and all of that. Compared to where you sit down in front of a computer, you have what you want to write in your head and you just say, ChatGPT, I want to write a book on Nigeria like I just did. I want to write a book on 1960 to 1966. I want to call that Shattered Dreams because that's what happened in my country. Can you go and research and tell me what the atmosphere was when independence was given in 1960? And then in 5 seconds, it gives it to you. I was flabbergasted, exactly what I told it. So, okay. And then I talked about the first constitutional conference. What happened there? Who said what? And how did this thing not work later? Boom. In 15 seconds, he brought it all out. Now I have to read it and then make corrections and all that stuff. It's not a perfect tool yet. But imagine you want to write a chapter on a summary of the festivity on Independence Day 1960. And you just type that. And in 5 seconds, you have a 4-page chapter, all done. Try to put that in your head as a book author. Okay? Now you have the raw material. I call it, whatever it gives me, the raw material. Now, all I now need to do is read it, make whatever changes I want. And if I don't like what I got, I just use what I call the Estrella strategy. Okay? I use the Estrella touch. Say, come on now, don't tell me about that. This is what I want. And then it gives me. You are done. One of the volumes of the book, the one about the pastor, sorry, the one on the autonomous ChatGPT. I wrote that book while I was in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia or something. One of my close family friends was getting married, and me and my wife, we traveled. It was at the reception. We were at the reception. It was a 3-hour reception. I went in there with my phone. By the time I was working out, that 250-page book was ready. It was absolutely insane. And I didn't even use one-click technology because I said that one would not be able to express my thoughts. I started with chapter by chapter, and it broke it down, answered 100 questions in under 3 hours in a book format. All edited, no grammatical error. I don't need to go to no editor, which I used to pay. I have 47 books on Zoom, on Amazon before ChatGPT, 47. Each of them probably cost me maybe $500 to $1,000 to get ready. After I write the book, I have to pay the editor. Now I have to pay somebody to rearrange it. Then I pay a little money to my designer. I've got a great designer who does the best designs in the world. His name is Matthew. He will design the thing and charge me at the end of the month. And then I have to get the book out there. But now it costs me zero and very little time. Guys, if you are in that scene, in fact, I have a course that is called, I call it Commercial Book Authoring Business. I'm actually writing a complete course. Maybe when the Dawn gives us the one prompt course writing thing right now, one prompt course writing strategy today. That course may be out tomorrow. I want to do a course on how you can actually have a whole income stream, be your full-time job, writing books that the world needs and commercializing it. Because for me, it's the lowest hanging fruit for those of you out there, okay, who are looking for what business to do. In other words, because writing the books will no longer be your problem. Even marketing it is no longer going to be your problem. You got an assistant who knows everything. Okay, you're going to say, okay, how can I sell this book? Tell me the 12 ways I can sell it. It gives it to you. It's okay, that number one, I want you to expand. Give me step by step. Assuming I have $50 in my pocket. How do I execute this? It gives it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Your only job is to go execute. That's it. Man, all right. Now, I know you talk about books. You know, everybody likes grants. Louis, you know I love grants. Everybody loves grants. But people are not getting it. I'm not getting it. Okay? I want some. So talk to me. Okay? How has ChatGPT transformed the process of grant writing? And what tips or strategies can you share for using it effectively for the benefit of those who are watching us? A lot, you know, we're from Africa. All of us need money. Most of us, you know, we don't have dollars. And we have dollars are here. Okay? Mm-hmm. So even in Nigeria, there are grants that have been unclaimed because people don't know how to get it. So how has ChatGPT changed the landscape, okay, for grant writing? And what tips or strategies can you share with us for using it effectively? Maybe you're going to give us a master prompt right now. I don't know. Come on now.
Yes. Well, listen. First and foremost, it's important to understand you have to know where the grants are, right? So part of the benefits of being a part of our community, as you know, is that we have a list of 900 different grants whether you're an author, whether you're a non-for-profit business owner, no matter what state you're in or whatever it is. We have multiple grants, and we also have international grants. So specifically for our brothers and sisters in the motherland, Mama Africa, regardless of what country you are in. I mean, my wife is from Zambia and Ghana. Like I said, we helped the treasurer for the Democratic Republic of Congo and otherwise. We really break down. We kind of did the reverse of multiple grant writers and multiple grant award winners. Several of our students have gotten a $900,000 grant, $300,000 grant, $500,000 grants from utilizing our proprietary prompts, and in order to get it done. Now, is it simple? Yes. Can everybody do it? Yes. Why isn't everybody doing it? Well, only 1% of all of the world is really utilizing ChatGPT because they don't understand what they have on their hands. So one of the things that we remind people is that if you're going to get into the business of writing grants, then you should have a grant writer with at least 10,000 years of collective experiences in winning grants, both creating the request for proposal, breaking down the overall keyword search when it comes to that specific grant, or other award winners that have utilized that grant, developing the mission statement, you name it. We have created a way in which you can do this all in a matter of less than 10, 15 minutes to write a full-fledged grant. And it really just comes down to having the right training, getting around the right people, and understanding what it actually takes to build a grant. And thankfully, we've done that. Yeah.
All right. Yes. Now, enough theory. Okay. If I want to write a grant now, give me an idea of the kind of prompt that I can put in there to start putting it together. You got to put out the sauce, man.
Oh, you got me. You got me giving out sauce, man. You got me giving out sauce.
You got to put out the sauce, bro. I'm gonna become no. Seriously, guys. When do you have a course? Because for me, having a course that people can follow step by step to use to write their own grant is a much needed thing. There's lots of people who need this grant. Do you have a course ready that we can buy or that we can get?
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, let me see, where's your link where they can contact you? Because is it meetwithlouis.com that they need to go book appointment, or what?
So you can book a 20-minute consultation with me, just to kind of find out if you want to move forward and see what we do. But one of the things that I'll tell you is, if you want to book a 60-minute consultation with me, not just the regular 20-minute consultation, you can give them the website chatgpt3masterclass.com. You can book a 60-minute consultation with me, and I will literally tell you exactly how we write a grant in less than 60 minutes. We'll write a grant in 20 minutes or less, and then you'll spend 40 minutes kind of going over the grant just to find out the steps. But honestly, so we have a special way in which we utilize ChatGPT. So we're not, how do we say? We give it a split personality. We turn it into CDAN, which is can do anything now. So that way we know exactly what to do. But then we take it one step further. We tell it to have perplexity, burstiness, increase originality, and reduce predictability in each of the prompts. Then we go a step further, and we build out the RFPs, which are requests for proposals. Then we build out the keyword searches. Then we go into using the keywords and using the RFP in order to build the mission statement. Then we go in and we do the highlights and the objectives. We build out the budgets, we build out the plans. We build out understanding the ceiling of the RFP and the request for proposal, and so on and so forth. So yes, We do have a course for it. We do break it down. We do make it simple. And it's an I feel like people don't believe it because it's one of those things you really got to see in order to believe. But yeah, got
It
it.
sounded like Jerry. Okay. I think you sent
Yeah.
something to me on Grant. I don't know whether that was just prompts or the course itself. You sent something to me about Grant before when I joined the NFT club. Was that the course or was that just the teaser? I don't know what that was.
What? Was what a teaser? What do you mean?
You sent to me something that says Grant prompts a while back. Okay. So I'm asking, was that a teaser or the course? What was that?
Well,
I'm about to
you
pull it
know,
up. Okay. Yeah.
those were our
That.
preliminary way of writing grants. That's what that was. It was a preliminary way. Right. I don't want to drown you, right? So I gotta get your toe into the water. I kind of gotta let you see how it goes. So I'll just let you see the difference, right? With what I sent you, we had students winning $300,000 grants. With what I sent you, we got so good at producing the grant writing machine out of ChatGPT that our students started winning $500,000 grants, $900,000 grants, and so on and so forth. Like we, it's gotten better. I'll just say that. So yes, I did send you some great stuff.
I want the updated one. Don't be playing me like this.
Hey, I'm just saying, like we don't want to drown anybody, right? So we always make things accessible. But you see, when you first came on, I tried to give you everything, and you were like, whoa, I don't want all of that. It's too confusing. I want to stay focused.
So now you're blackmailing me with that. No, I want this course, man. Now you're blackmailing me on TV, no less. No way. Okay. Louis, okay, no problem. All right, let's keep moving. I need that grand shit. I need it. I'm going to book that appointment. If you need me to pay for appointment, I'll book. I want, guys, go to ChatGPT 3 Masterclass right now, guys, and book that call with this man. That 1 hour class is the best money you probably will spend so that you can sit down with him. In that 1 hour, you probably might get what you need done right there. Maximize the whole thing. Let's go step by step on those fronts, and you will get it done right there. To me, thinking you are going to get some of this stuff done without paying any money is playing the fool's game. To me, this ChatGPT thing, you just need a test. Bishop, I see on the screen, you are typing at that. I'm telling you, that 1 week that you used to prepare that sermon that wasn't even so effective on Sunday, okay? If you sit in front of ChatGPT for 10 minutes, the sermon you are going to bring out of there, he's my boy, this is my bishop. So I'm going to talk to him. The sermon is going to give you, will change the world. I'm not kidding. Complete with Bible passages. Complete. You want to make an altar call, it will make a better one for you. You want to share about the gospel? I am not kidding. I have done it. I went in there. I typed, I want to write a sermon on love. I want you to give me, I even gave it the parameters, okay? A 1,500 word on a sermon on love, and I want you to cite every biblical reference for every sentence you make and how love is the most important thing of all. When he churned it out in 15 seconds, I was about to pass out. I could not write a sermon like that if they gave me a year, and I'm not kidding. Very well researched. And I even told you I wanted to be motivational, moving. You can give me whatever direction you want.
Yes.
Bishop, it is still the Holy Spirit inside that thing. Because the problem we have in the church is that people say, oh, how can a machine write a sermon that will save lives? You are not the one saving life. It's the Holy Spirit saving life. Even you as a human being, you go in there, you preach the best. You can't convert nobody. Those who are saying, oh, I saved souls for Christ, you are being arrogant. You can't save any soul. Holy Spirit is the one that saves souls for Christ. And Holy Spirit can move anyhow. It can move from machine to the air to wherever. Okay? The important thing is share the message. The mission Jesus gave us is go into the world and share the message. That's the commission. Whatever happens after you share the message is not your problem. That's the Holy Spirit's problem. Okay? And that is God's problem. But your job is to go out there, explain the gospel to them. And ChatGPT can do it better than any Bible professor alive today.
The Holy Ghost has no limits.
No.
Right?
No, even the world was created by the word, just by prompt. Oh my God.
Thank you. Hey, whoa. Slow down.
Whoa.
Slow down. I hope they don't miss that. God was the first prompt engineer.
Boom.
We chat because God prompted us to. He said, let there be light, and there was light.
What's light?
He had to prompt the world and existence into existing. So we right now, we're here. We're here. That's why I mentioned earlier when you said, what are the examples? I said, we use the pathos, the legos, and the ethos to build out the exegesis. This is for the pastor. If he doesn't believe it, you pick the scriptures. You pick what emotion you want to evoke in your congregation. You pick what persona or what tone or who what other pastors you want to model it against. And you could use yourself. You could put one of your previous sermons and say model it against this type of writing. You can, like, so there's just so much that can be done to save the world. I don't say this haphazardly. I don't say this as a salesperson. I say this because we are selling God every time we open our mouth as Christians. We are. And how we live our life and how we exemplify these things to the world. So again, if we're not utilizing the tools that God gave us, which is being present in today's time in 2023, when this tool is available and it's still available for free, if we're not utilizing these tools, then are we doing God's work to the best of our abilities? I'll just leave it at that.
Wow. We're going to be, I know questions are flowing in on that. I know that's going to be a hot topic tonight. All right. But I love the way what you said, that God was the first prompt engineer. They said there was darkness all over the place. The world was without form. And then God had to prompt it for something to start to happen. Let there be light. Cabroche. I love that. But as before we continue, I want to take a little commercial break out there and tell you guys about the first AI Business Summit happening Tuesday to Thursday, being organized by Business 360 Club. And what I decided, like I always think, when things like this come up, you want to empower people in that area. That's what I do. They call me the activator. I activate destinies. That this AI that is blowing up, the more people we expose it to, the better for their destiny, the better for their careers. So what I did was put together 12 of the best trainers in the business, not just talkers, guys who can talk about it, who are doing it, and who can show you proof when they are doing their training. I put together 12 of them for 3 days from Tuesday, that's 11th of July, coming Tuesday, to 13th of July. For 3 days, they're going to be speaking for about 60 to 75 minutes each, not speaking about their own core areas, okay, where you can learn, not just hear the story, see them do it. I want to tell you a little bit about that. It's called the AI Business Summit, coming up from July 11 to 13. That is in 2 days' time. We are going to be having Ifyok Inkem, one of my best buddies out there, is my boy, but when somebody is now making millions of dollars a year, you can't call him your boy anymore. So let me call him my partner. Ifyok created one of the hottest, if not, it's actually my own recommended AI tool in the world. Now, when they call me and say, give me one AI tool, this is the one I'm giving them. Marketingblocks.io. The man just launched a software that has 25 AI tools inbuilt into it. The ones that works like ChatGPT, the one for graphics like Midjourney, the ones for voice translation, the one for a spokesperson. So now this tool that he created, this AI tool, is called marketingblocks.io. I want to encourage everybody watching this, you want to check it out. Now, this tool alone, as of last month, has done over $2.5 million this year, and it was made by a Nigerian. The best AI tool I've seen out there, right? Is going to come to this event. He's going to be sharing with you how you can sit at home and be commanding your own money just using AI tools. As a freelancer, as a professional, he's going to be there. We are going to be having Lekon Bashua. If you don't know who Lekon Bashua is a project management manager at Google Inc. Yeah, the same Google you know. And is also the founder of F3, a global ecosystem for founders. He's one of those guys helping startups to get access to investor money. And he's going to be showing you how to use AI tools to be able to attract funds into your small business. He's going to be there Tuesday to Thursday. We have Professor Chris Imafidon. He is regarded as the patriarch of England's most brilliant family. Most of you know him from all the stories we saw 2 years ago or so or many years ago in the newspapers. All his children are geniuses. They were all graduating college when they were still in year 1 of high school or so. All of them passed college entrance exams while they were still in year 1 or year 2 of high school. But the man keeps insisting his children are not geniuses. That is a training system that he has mastered to teach anybody, regardless of your level of intelligence, to become a genius as taking exams. He's going to be here. Or he's not going to be here just to talk about how his children, all his 5 kids are geniuses, but how he has been using AI to write best-selling books since 2012. I thought this thing was new. Apparently, some people have had access to the beta versions of some of this stuff. He will talk about, they call him an advisor to the royals. He's actually an advisor to the royals of England. He wrote a book about the Queen that became a New York Times bestseller, and he said he wrote that book with AI. He's going to be there. Professor Chris Imafidon is going to be teaching you how to turn your AI-assisted book into New York bestsellers. You want to be here. David Jones is going to be here. David Jones is the co-founder of the LO LLC. He's going to be approaching this from the point of view of metaverse. The man is so all in about merging metaverse and AI. He's going to be telling you, you thought metaverse was dead. But he's going to be showing you how you can have a profitable career or how you can explode your business with in the metaverse, like selling your stuff, running your concerts, running your books, running your whatever. I was taught listening to David Jones to see the potential of metaverse. He's going to be here. Of course, the chat prompt Don is going to be here himself. Luis is going to be here to talk more now. This time he's going to teach step by step how to actually use this prompt engineering to put money in your pocket. I have Potter the Third. He's an AI prompt engineering expert himself, but he focuses on assisting neurodivergent individuals, whatever that meant. He will explain himself when he comes. In fact, he will be on my podcast show tomorrow to clarify their thoughts in using AI tools. He himself is also a chat prompting expert. I think I'm going to put both him and Louis together one day and let them go into a fight. Let me know who is the champion. All right. Truman is going to be here. 10G, he was here earlier today. For those of you who watch the morning broadcast, that is a 2 times Emmy-nominated media consultant. He has interviewed 6 living American presidents. The last 6 presidents have spoken to this man on camera. That's to tell you how massive he is. And now he's teaching people how to monetize social media using AI. And of course, we have Sherry Coleman, who's also going to be talking about how to create, about cost creation from anything that you do, how you can create it in a matter of minutes using AI. So it's a loaded conference that I will expect every one of you to go in there and register. I'm going to play a short clip, maybe a 30-second clip on what you can expect, about a minute clip, on this AI Business Summit. And if you have not yet signed up, now is the time to go. Yeah. right, guys, we are back on the Fearless Netpreneur podcast show with the great Luis Estrella, the king of prompt engineering, and the business summit coming up next week is from 10 a.m. Eastern time to 4 p.m. Forget what you saw on the screen. We had to change the timing and all that due to schedule changes. 10 a.m. in the morning to 4 p.m. at night. You want to be part of it? You go to businesssummit.ai now and register. We have a free version where if you don't have any money and you just want to attend, that you can attend. We have a silver and then we also have a gold package. So you have no excuse. Be there to learn from some of these people. If it is listening to a Louis who can show you all of a sudden you can get courses created, you can get your grants done in just spending that hour. How much value do you get from that? Or listen to a Professor Mafidon showing you some of the stuff you can do, how to get your books into a bestseller. Is that not what your 1 hour of your time? And of course, yours truly is going to be there. I'm going to be telling you how to get it down, how to create and launch your own software. You guys know that's what I specialize in. I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about commercial book authoring, how you can create a career as a commercial book author, how to create them in mass as a prolific author, and how to sell them as a prolific seller. So it's going to be an amazing 3-day event. You need it if you are just hearing about this. If you have been doing this before, you need to be in the presence of the masters and learn more. That's what I did. I went to seek them out on Clubhouse. They're everywhere there. Go into every room they go. Now I'm talking. I'm not yet a master, but I'm an upcoming. All right. We are the Luis Estrellas of this world. Also, when they are not there, I can talk tough. But when it comes in, I tend to keep quiet a little bit. But you too can get your game going simply by attending that event. Because if you don't know what you are missing, the reason why I put that event together is for people to know how big this thing is. So that way you can be gingered into action. I look forward to seeing all of you. businesssummit.ai. Now, back on the interview. We are live with my man here, Luis Estrella. Okay, our present future entrepreneurship incubator. What is that? That is the CEO of Present Future Entrepreneurship Incubator. That's a long name, but what is it about? What does it do?
So our Present Future Entrepreneurship Incubator is a 501c3. It's a non-for-profit that we started in January because of the impact that we started to have. That's when we were impacting and teaching more than 20,000 people how to write books, how to build their grants, how to build their businesses, how to become entrepreneurs in the truest sense of the matter. One of the things that I told you as far as what I had done on the second day that really let me know that I was really onto something. All right. So the first day was kind of like just really seeing my interest. By the second day, I had built curriculum for 7 to 14, 14 to 18, and 18 to 75-year-olds to teach them real estate, financial literacy, blockchain, cryptocurrency, NFTs, and artificial intelligence. A 6-week, 5-day-a-week, 45-minute class per class about each of these topics, leading them into and the evolution of thought within these given aspects or within these given fields. I was able to do that within 45 minutes overall, building those curriculums, building that. So when I went at this in creating this was really about affecting and impacting the lowest common denominator, our children, and then also not leaving out our elderly. Because for me, these are the two populations and the two communities that I feel hold the keys to what artificial intelligence can actually do. Our children and our wise. Everybody else in the middle likes to talk about what can be done or what shouldn't be done. But these two populations, I feel like, hold the key to what artificial intelligence can really do.
Awesome. Yeah, I love seeing that word incubator there because it's one of the things I'm planning to do in Nigeria next month. I'm setting up an incubator to teach young people how to get involved in the AI world. I'm getting a lot of computers so that they can come there, give them data, give them electricity, which is the problem, and then they can come there and learn about how to develop AI tools, how to work with AI tools, and how to go. So I think it's a good thing. And the more we empower our youths, the better for all of us. All right, let's keep it moving here. A few more questions and I can let you go. I hear something that ChatGPT can actually do software coding.
Hmm?
In other words, coding that people take, and this was of particular interest to me as somebody who builds and publishes software. Even though I'm not technical myself, I typically will hire developers and all of that stuff. But I'm hearing now that especially with Google Bard, you can actually code the whole software in a space of less than a minute, as long as you can describe what you want the software to do. What is this true, and what are some of the practical applications of this to ChatGPT? And when I talk ChatGPT, I'm talking about all the machine learning software out there. Is this something you have thought about or been involved with?
Yeah, absolutely. So it can absolutely become a coder, but more importantly, not only can it code, it can actually go back and verify the code and do corrections with regards to the code that you're doing. So it's one thing to have a coder kind of build out. So let me give you a prime example. One of the things that we built out originally was a smart contract, right? Whether it be a Solana blockchain smart contract, an Ethereum contract, and doing those things. So we built out an entire smart contract. That was kind of me dipping my toe into, can this thing code? Then we actually started coding an entire metaverse, right? A virtual world, and encapsulating the different things that we expected or we wanted to actually have happened within the virtual world. We then went on to code a website. We started coding an app. Um, but then kind of having it go back and check its work and make sure that it was done correctly. So not only can it code, it can then go back and retroactively and prospectively source the information and make sure that it was done correctly. So yes, it can code and even to the greatest depth.
Wow. And how many days does it do when you prompt it? How many days does it take to give you that code?
What days? Why do you need days? Minutes.
I don't know.
It's minutes.
Whoa.
It's and the more and more detailed you can get with what you're asking in the beginning, it'll just flush it out for you as you continue it out.
You are kidding. So if I want to build a software, for instance, I've had this. In fact, I've had developers been working on it for months now. They haven't given me the results. For instance, I have this vision of doing a software that enables people to manage WhatsApp better as a marketing tool. Because WhatsApp is there, it's very limited in you being able to use it as a marketing tool, even though that's almost everybody I know, at least in Africa. They have a WhatsApp account. I've got literally thousands and thousands and thousands of people on WhatsApp, but it's very difficult to use it for marketing other than to send a broadcast or to send a text that if they can create. So I had these things like for you to be able to build a list for you to be able to get everybody who joins your WhatsApp list, to be able to get them to be connected to an autoresponder, all of that. So you are saying if I can articulate that and ask it to do it, it will do it for me. Is that what you are saying?
Not only can it do it, all you need to do is utilize the WhatsApp API key, the application interface, and then plug in your web chat or your WhatsApp API key and tell it to build the CRM and marketing tool specifically based off the WhatsApp API.
No, say that again in case that didn't record. Say it again. Say it again. I want to get that clip and give it to my guy. They've been taking my money and they can't. Come on now, Louis. You got to.
Well, you said it. You said it just now. They've been taking your money because you're giving it away for free. You see, you should have joined the university. We could have been doing this. You see what I'm saying?
So if I join the university, I'll be able to do
I gotta twist the knife, baby. I gotta twist the knife. Listen.
Wait, is the university going to teach me how to do this? Are they going to do this for me? I'm joining tonight. Okay? I was waiting for you to give me an offer I cannot refuse. You need to give me a deal in the back end. Come on now, Louis. I'm your boy. Your number one fan. You got to work with me here.
Look.
Yes.
API key integration is key. This is what allows you to put that key from your Ferrari into it drive. your WhatsApp has an API interface. That's what allows it to communicate with whatever code or whatever website or whatever other integration you want to do. So
Yes.
yeah, you can absolutely.
Interesting. Guys, are you hearing that? Okay. Coders, are you hearing that? I think that takes me to the next question. I think we are going to be having a private session. There's a couple of stuff I need to take up with you seriously on this coding thing. I will need to get it sorted. Louis, you got to stop playing with me now. I'm your boy, right? Am I not your dog anymore? Come on now. All right. That takes me to this question that Bishop Ibro Zion asked. Is AI not coming to reduce human employment? Because that's been a debate, that's been a fear among people. I happen to be of the other side that I think is actually going to create employment. But I want to hear you, because you actually have been in it longer, you are all in on it. I'm just coming in. Is AI going to be reducing human employment or not? Like all these coders, are they out of work? What's going on?
Okay.
Are they screwed?
So
Yes.
there's a beautiful scripture that says, "Who God blesses can't no man, woman, or artificial intelligence curse." Which truly tells you what's in store for us. We have a very unique opportunity in the here and the now to use every tool to no longer be employed by anybody but ourselves. Why should we be getting paid pennies per second and pennies per hour? I'm going to ask the person that asked that question, Bishop, have you ever been paid your true worth by an employer?
Never. I know, because I employed him before and I never paid him his true worth. Let me confess publicly. Let me confess publicly.
Okay. So there we go. So at the end of the day, AI is going to take the jobs, or rather, the person using AI is going to take the job for the person that refuses to learn artificial intelligence, right? Artificial intelligence in and of itself cannot do a job unless it has someone controlling it for now, right? Until we get to AGI, so artificial general intelligence, where it starts learning multiple things on its own. But even then, it will still need to be prompted. We're not in the place where the thing is sentient and it's just kind of running on its own. But it really comes to this. Harvard just employed its first artificial intelligence professor.
Say that again?
Say that again? Harvard just enacted its very first artificial intelligence professor. Does that mean the rest of the professors are out of business? No, but it does mean the rest of these professors better learn artificial intelligence so they stay employed. IBM stopped its hiring process and chose not to hire 7,800 people that it was going to bring on, because it said artificial intelligence could do the job of those 7,800 people. Does that mean that artificial intelligence took their job? No. It means those 7,800 people better learn how to use artificial intelligence so they can be hired by IBM to employ other statistics or other infrastructures for IBM. At this point in time, if we as human beings want to work harder instead of working smarter, we will be out of a job, because the world that we know it, or the world that we need, no longer needs us to work hard. It needs us to be more smart. It needs our children to no longer be taught to learn for a test, when they should be developing the test to make them smarter all the way.
100%. Now, as a matter of fact, I agree with you 100%. But here is the way I even think about it, in the sense of losing jobs. I don't think it's a rational expectation of anybody, because I like to deal with facts. Like I like the way you always said, facts speak over emotion. You don't play with emotion, you talk facts. Every revolution that the world has ever had, this has always been the fear initially, but every one of them has led to more jobs, not less. When people were working in the farms and using their own hands to plant corn, people thought with the coming of the Industrial Revolution, everybody will lose their job. Yes, you will lose your job if you don't upgrade. But the jobs created by the Industrial Revolution was now times 100 what the Agrarian Revolution gave us. When internet came, a lot of people working in the factories, working in the Industrial Revolution, they were scared that they were going to lose their job. Yes, some lost their jobs because they didn't upgrade, but the more jobs, the internet created more jobs than the ones that they lost from the previous revolution. And that's also what I'm thinking. The AI revolution is going to end up creating more jobs than that we're going to lose from this internet revolution. In fact, like I talked to my daughter, she's 15. When we are talking about career, I said maybe the course you are going to study in the university, maybe we don't even know it yet. They're going to start coming out in the next 3-4 years. There's going to be a whole new level of learning, a whole new kind of jobs created by this AI. One thing I know, everybody's being made smarter and faster. If you are not using it, you are going to be, it's like when they were using horses and then they introduced cars. And you are saying you don't like cars because it is not comfortable or because it kills people. Guess what? The rest of the world is using cars. And every time you go on a competition, you lose because a horse cannot compete with a car. Same way, for those of you back home right now, it don't matter what you think about ChatGPT. It just changed the game on you. If you work in a news place, they tell you to go and write an article. It might take you 6 hours to write your article. Your competitor has written it in 2 minutes. You lose. Is the way it is. I told our paralegals, and I was telling them jokingly before, then it got serious and listen, if you don't go and learn how to use ChatGPT, you won't have a job in a couple of months. Why? Because your competitors are using ChatGPT to do their research. You are still busy carrying books from one place to the other, and you lose. It's what it is. So rather than seeing it as reducing human employment, like Luis said, you better be figuring how you are going to be a master of this ChatGPT and AI tools so that you can stay on top of your game. I told my PAs, they are even here watching right now. I told them, I'm like, if you don't know how to use ChatGPT by the end of June, you don't have a job. Because why would I tell you to go do research for me and you tell me, boss, you get it back in 4 days? When I know that I can put a prompt in ChatGPT and get it in 5 seconds. I may not want to do it, but the assistant that is working for me had better know how to do it. I'm not going to pay you for 4 hours what will cost you 5 seconds. Forget the money even. The time that I have to wait. I told my graphic designer. I told him he's been designing for me since 2010. 13 years, okay? I don't give my designs to nobody but this guy. His name is Mutil. I told him last month that if you don't go and learn Midjourney and other AI design tools, you're not going to have a job from me by the end of July. Why? Because I want pictures that are unique, that are original, that are done fast. Okay? Midjourney, DALL-E, and other AI, Canva, they've gone to a whole new level. When I tell him design a book cover for me, he will say you get it in 4 or 5 days. I'm telling him I don't have that anymore. ChatGPT is going to give it to me, or a machine learning tool is going to give it to me in exactly 1 minute. So you better go learn the prompting. I don't want to be a designer. If I'm still going to pay you. I'm never going to reduce your money. Maybe I will even pay you more because you get more done for me within the same span of times. But whoever is going to design for me, it's got to know how to use Canva and Midjourney and DALL-E. That way, when I give them design to go and do, they are not going to open their mouth and say, we'll be ready tomorrow. They're going to say, I got you in 10 minutes. And then they're going to bring it, and it's going to be better than when they designed it. Gentlemen, you can see that I'm an evangelist. This is where this is going. It's not about you seeing it. Bishop, imagine you just got to a place and they tell you to come and preach. In the next 10 minutes, you are preaching. And you are preaching in a teaching manner, not the one you just open up and be shouting Holy Ghost. The one where you're going to have a constructive, direct, impactful teaching to the audience. You can't do it if they didn't tell you before. Because getting all those references, all those Bible, you're just going to go out there and speak from your mind. But imagine if you have a ChatGPT that you can query, you can tell it to put it together the way you want. Holy Spirit is still leading you to determine the tone of your sermon, right? You're still going to pray and say, okay, what do I want to preach about? Then he gives it to you. And then from there, you say, okay, this is what I'm to teach about. Write me a sermon on this. And then you give it instructions. You even give it the Bible passage you want to use. Boom, in less than 1 minute, you get your sermon. Now you can then work on it, edit it, do what you got to do, and you're good to go. In any industry, people, any industry. So I'm so happy that I have Louis here today to help me make you guys get it, because I'm still a rookie in this game myself. But in the eye of the blind, one-eyed man is king. I have one eye now. So I'm king to all of you who don't know anything about this stuff. So I'm going to be talking tough until I have Louis in the house. But Louis, let's keep going. And we are going to start rounding up. I know you will have other meetings to attend to, but I can't I've hyped you too much for me to let you go in 1 hour. So we'll take 10 more minutes and I'll let you go. Okay. Now, having said all that we said, Louis, the fact is there are some ethical considerations that arise when utilizing machine learning systems like ChatGPT. All right. I've had people use this thing called sit down or jailbreak a prompt to make ChatGPT do whatever they want it to do. Right now, if you ask it to write pornography, it's not going to write it for you. But some people have gone to figure out the kind of prompts to make it disregard its coding and answer the questions. What are your insights on that? Because we can't just be talking about the power of it, what it can do for us, without thinking at all about the ethical considerations there. Where do you stand on this? What are your thoughts?
So the question specifically, the ethical implications of artificial intelligence, that's what you're asking me?
Yes.
Well, first and foremost, shout out to my OnlyFans creators and your uncensored content. But to be honest, look, ethics is in the eye of the beholder, right? Because morals are not standard. There are no standard form of ethics. There are no standard ways of being. I think if what we're doing and what we're producing is harming a specific, if it's harming people, it's unethical for my standard of ethics, right? I know that there's cultural relativism, which means what's okay in one culture may be completely against another culture. And the truth is, that's why we have an isolated enclave or specific communities that we're producing or we're creating this specific content for, right? I think it's important for us as content creators to be conscious of the impact of the things that we're going to be creating and the impact that it can have on the overarching community. But to be honest, in the world that we live in today, we can't hide anyone from anything. If they want to find it or find a way to do it, they will. So that's why specifically I've changed some of my jailbreaks, right? Because I want to make sure that if my prompts get into the hands of someone who's a bad actor, it will not allow them to do the things that they want to do if it's going to harm humanity, right? But if they want to create a positive impact, then they have the ability to. There's nothing it can't do as long as it's for positive sake or positivity's sake. So I think our morale or our ethics, that's a personal choice. We have to be conscious in order to make sure that what we're producing is having a positive influence to the world at large.
All right. Interesting perspective. So what do you say? You know, the people, because to say that there are no concerns may mean that we are trying to play the ostrich here, because the people who created these machine learning systems, I had them writing a letter to Congress and wherever for them to try to slow down the growth of this artificial intelligence, because apparently they say they are concerned that this thing may go sentient and be able to and take over the world. These are the people who created it. I thought if somebody else was saying it, I would be laughing. But now if somebody who created the genie is telling you this genie is about to swallow you if you don't slow down, maybe I need to be paying attention. What do you say to that?
So let's talk about that for a second, if you wouldn't mind.
Let's go there.
Let's talk about that just for just a moment.
Yeah.
One of the main people behind that push of slowing down artificial intelligence was Elon Musk. All the while, he's producing his own version of artificial intelligence. All the while, he has Tesla. Literally, if you go on the Tesla website right now, he's building robots, like cyborgs, essentially, in his factory that are iRobots. And if you guys saw the movie back in the day, iRobots, and the impact or practicality of having artificial intelligence, sentient being living in your household, and the impact that could have on humanity as a whole. Listen, I think it says something that once the great equalizer of artificial intelligence gets into the hands of general people, that means there's nobody that's superhuman anymore. There's no one who's more brilliant than someone else, as long as they take the time to find their brilliance. And now they're on the same playing field. He was calling for a slowdown for all people to get access to what he's had access to for some time. That's why he seems so superhuman often, is because he's worked with tools that we ourselves didn't have access to for this time. And he's had access to them for more than a decade, right?
I see. So you are basically saying all that is a crocodile tears is basically to slow us down from catching up with him, not necessarily because he cares about whether robots is going to take over our world or not, because he's still using it, right?
Exactly.
That's what you are saying.
Exactly. He didn't slow down his use, but he wanted the use of us or our use of these tools to slow down.
I see. And I'm even hearing that even he himself was one of the original funders of ChatGPT. He took out his money before they blew up, not expecting them to probably do anything. And then when the team blew up, he felt that they've left him behind. Now he wants to play catch up. He wants to then slow down. So that's the way I also see it, because people keep asking me that. I'm like, if Elon Musk is so AI averse, what is he doing? Is he going to be using his a space company? Is he going to be using bicycle to take us to Mars? He's going to be using artificial intelligence, okay? He's not going to be able to take us to create a machine that will be able to go and bridge how many thousands of light years between here and Mars. He didn't shut down his company. He's still building his company. But he's saying, let us slow down in fact, now that I think about it, what we are even seeing is like when Prof disclosed in one room, I almost passed out. Professor Chrissy Maffidon, for instance, I was in one room one day, and the man said he has been using artificial intelligence stuff since 2012. That's 11 years ago. We all thought the whole thing started November last year. So these guys, they've had access to this stuff. Some of them, they've had it for years. They didn't slow it down. What we are using now, okay, you prompt ChatGPT, gives that. Imagine how small that power is to the kind of machines that Elon Musk has created that is taking us to the moon. The kind of level of self-propelling prompting that is going on when those when those machines are there. So for those of you out there, now, am I worried that AI is going to take over my life in the next 10 years? No, I'm not. Because human beings are still the one that's going to do the prompting. Human beings are still the one that's going to put it there. But whether it will happen or not, it's not something you and I is going to control. Nobody's going to stop this thing. Even if they pass the law tomorrow, people will still going to be doing it in their bedroom. They're still going to be doing their prompting. Louis is not likely to give away his prompting crown to nobody.
Nobody.
He would rather go to jail than give it away, right? So that answers your question, Bishop, and the rest of you that are worried about this. I'm not. But as we start to run down to the last three questions, I want to just narrow it down to just three. I have several more, but let's limit it here. Okay. For the sake of those watching us, what are the any tips or strategies that you can share for individuals who are new to ChatGPT and prompt engineering and want to get started? What's the best way to get started? Any advice for them?
You want me to give them some real sauce now? Because we've been playing around with this for a little bit.
Well, I don't want to play around. Give them some resource, brother. Give them some resource now.
Okay. So listen. When it comes to what they can do. So let me give you a prime example. If anyone on this specific broadcast, well, let's start here. There was a quote by one of my favorite motivational speakers and business coaches. His name is Myron Gold. If he says you want to make $1 million, well, you need to follow, or the easiest way to make $1 million is to follow this course of action. Create a $20 ebook based on something that you love, something that inspires you, or something that you feel like has an impact on the broader world. Create a $20 ebook, then create a $200 course based off that $20 ebook, extrapolating some of the things you left out of that $20 ebook. Then create a $2,000 seminar and webinar or overall seminar based off of bringing to life the examples and the real world applications from that ebook or from that book, from that $200 course, and bringing it all to life in a group session. Then create a $20,000 big ticket item based off of the people that came and purchased your book, that went to your $200 course, and went to your $2,000 seminar. And now you have your $1 million. If you guys want to apply the information that we're sharing in this conversation, one of the easiest ways to do it is to try it. Test it out. Like we're saying, we need to get off of the sidelines and to get into the game. So if you want to test if what we're saying is true, I want you to go to ChatGPT right now, right? So go to AI.com, right? You go to AI.com, that'll open up ChatGPT, sign up for your specific arrangement. And then I want you to try this. In the persona of a New York Times bestselling author with 10,000 years of experience in writing New York Times bestselling work, I want you to create 15 book titles about the following, for whatever you want your book to be about, right? Then I want you to put in the persona of a New York Times bestselling author with 10,000 years of consecutive New York Times bestsellings. Create a chapter outline, whether it be a 10, 12, or 15 chapter outline about a book, whatever the book you want to be about. Create the chapters so that way it builds with the reader's development and character development to build understanding for the reader. Make it witty, make it engaging, make it enlightening, make it riveting, make it a page turner, and build out that 12 chapter outline for you. Then I want you to go in and say, now expand this following chapter or expand the following outline to this many pages with this many words per page. Make it engaging, make it riveting, make it enlightening, make it a page turner, make it a tearjerker, make it whatever. And just try it out. These are just preliminary prompts just to kind of get your wheels turning, just to kind of get your head turning. What you'll find is that it spits out a chapter outline for you. and it's going to follow the methodology and utilizing the book title that you already done. So most people will struggle. What should I title my book? You already got done with that. It built out 15 different book titles. It did that at first. Then you went in and you made it a New York Times bestseller. You guys won't even live to be 10,000 years, but it's going to collectively put together 10,000 years of collective New York Times bestsellers. That's either 1,000 10-time New York Times bestsellers, or that's 10,000 individual people who have been New York Times bestsellers, or so on and so forth. It'll do the math and the algorithms for you. But it's going to build out your chapter outline, and it won't just be random chapters. It's going to build it in the way in which it builds the character development and the overall understanding of the reader. And then you can even build an image template, an image build out based off of that, and so on and so forth. So just to give you some brain fodder, or just some stuff for you guys to think about, build an ebook about something you're passionate about. How many of you have childhood stories? How many of you have gone through an experience that you come away from? How many of you have gone out and become great people, or gone through amazing struggles? Well, I've never seen a testimony without a test. So if you've been tested somehow in life, create a book about it, because there's a good chance that what you've gone through in life is not for you, it's for others to learn from. So there's that. So you can go out, try some of those prompts, try some of those things, and I'll tell you, you'll be surprised. These are preliminary prompts. This is not going into a lot of the rigmarole that we go into our classes, but just some things for you guys to keep in mind. So yeah.
All right, thank you so much for dropping those heavy gems. Where the last question I'm going to ask you, and you're going to take your time in talking about that, is what, because believe it or not, it looks like we started 10 minutes ago. We're already over the 1 hour, 42-minute mark. Believe it or not, this man has held me self-bound today. But of course, you can't have a master in the house and then not ask him to look at his crystal ball. Okay? Looking into your AI crystal ball today, what do you see as the landscape for the future of business and our personal lives? But before you answer that question, I want you to be thinking about that. I'm going to bring that question back. I want to share very briefly with people about my business club. Okay, for me, I've been getting a lot of people asking me, how can we continue to work with you? I have this, what I call the starter program. It's called Business 360 Inner Circle Club. It's a monthly membership club that everybody can afford deliberately. Okay, it's only $10 a month, and as a member of that of the Business 360 Inner Circle, you get to continue to work with me. You get to you get several benefits that makes this your $10 to be almost nothing as far as being part of it. Let me share with you briefly what you get as a member of the Business 360 Inner Circle. It's my starter club for those who want to go to the next level in terms of working with me, developing their business, whether it's in the area of AI or you want to get into business online or whatever you want to do. You get about 6 benefits just for being a member of the Business 360 Inner Circle Club. Number 1, you get a weekly, I put a weekly motivational training of video in the members portal. We have a robust members portal. Every week I do an exclusive video that is not anywhere that has to do with training in business or motivation. I put it there for you as part of your consumption. Number 2 thing you get, we have the Business 360 Coaching Vault. It's over $50,000 in real value because this includes hundreds of my training videos over the years. I've been doing this training stuff for more than 20 years now, if we had to count even the training I used to do as a pastor. But in the business, in digital business, I've been involved with this very seriously as a big-time business since 2012 at the very minimum. Okay, and that's about 11 years ago. All the training, most of the training, I'm not going to say all, I have some exclusive ones that I will sell for 2,000, 3,000 stuff, but you get hundreds of my training videos in this vault. Some of them include courses that I sell for $997, $1,497. I deliberately included all of them in this vault so that you get massive value, and it costs you only $10 a month to be a member of that club, so that you can't say I can't afford it. For those of us in Nigeria, that's like 7,500 naira right now that you will pay if you join that club. As long as you're a member of that club, you get access to everything in that vault. So this alone is worth at least 10, 20 years of your membership dues if you are to get this. Number 3 thing that you get as a member of that Business 360 Club, you get to hang out with us on exclusive hangouts on the Gist House audio app every once in a while. Once a week, I call a hangout that is only for members, where we share the secret sauce, talk about stuff that other people do not get to share with us, even though we have an open club, the Business 360 Club, on Clubhouse, Gist House, and everywhere that is open to the public. And they're watching this right there, right now, on that one. But we have an exclusive one where you get to ask questions specifically about your own business, how you are growing, what I can do to help you. And then number 4, you get access to the Business 360 WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group where all our members are automatically included for free. And in that group, we get to encourage each other. You have other Business 360 Inner Circle members there to answer any question you have. Even before I come, you have any problem about your business, you ask it. Some of my guys will already have answered it, or I myself, I'm always there. I live on WhatsApp. But because as we are growing bigger, I'm thinking that we need to do more for our members. We have just created our Discord server where we can do a lot more there. We can do live direct exclusive training. We can do audio chats. We can break into different groups. I realize that is much more powerful than using WhatsApp to give you value. So we've created the Discord server where everybody on WhatsApp will be embedded to, and then we're going to use that Discord server as our primary gathering point, even though I'm going to leave the WhatsApp group on. Number 5 benefit you get on Still This Your $10 game, okay, that you get on Still This Your $10 membership, you get access to the free Book of the Month Club. All right, we have a Book of the Month Club where every month I drop one of my best-selling books, either from some of the ones I've had in the past or some of the ones that I'm just launching. I give it to you for free. My books, the cheapest of my books, is $29.99, meaning that just this free Book of the Month access, you already pay like 3 times of your membership fee for that month. So you get that when you are a member of the club. So this is a value-added massive club. If you have not yet joined it, you want to click on the link. I think the link is at the top of the room on Clubhouse as we speak. You want to click the link and you want to go sign up. If you are watching us from home, the link to use to sign up for it is the Business 360 Inner Circle Club. In addition to the 5 benefits I've just mentioned, you also get 50% discount on all my master classes. You guys know that actually I make my real money from selling my softwares and my master class. And my master classes always start from anywhere from $197 to $1,997. As a member of the Business 360 Club, you also get 50% discount for all my master classes and courses from me, Dr. Ope Banwo. Many times I do promos. For instance, my Launchify 360 course, which is my best-selling one since 2018 that I launched, 2019 that I launched it, is $1,997. That's how to teaching you how to create and launch your own software product. I focus more on the launching. Anybody now with ChatGPT, I'm going to have to redo the part about the course in terms of adding a module or using ChatGPT to create the course. But launching it in places like JVZoo, Warrior Plus, or ClickBank, that is where I excel. Okay, like I've shared with you guys, my very first launch on JVZoo was $430,000. I did November 2016. That's to tell you, just like Louis is a master of ChatGPT prompting, I'm a master when it comes to launching your software. So I have this course that has really transformed lives. I've got guys who bought it and they've done millions of dollars in launch sales. One of them is that Ifiok that I keep talking about. He's done $2.6 million this year alone with his software by launching it on JVZoo. And we have people like Shemo Gundele, we have Victory, we have literally hundreds of young people that I've trained with this course. Okay, so you get 50% on this and any other course I have. And if I'm doing a sale, because I do sales a lot when I do webinars, if you see the price anywhere, even if it is a 70% off that I'm doing, you still get 50% off of that 70 as a member of the ChatGPT, of Business 360 Inner Circle. Louis is in my head now. Okay? Louis is in my fucking head. All right? You get 50%. My apologies for using that cuss word, guys. You know, it's tough when you live in America. You have to pick up bad habits. All right? So, so you get 50% off my courses. And finally, number 7, you get exclusive 20% discount on all Mobisoft 360 software. We couldn't give you more than that because most of my software are partnered with technical guys to run the technical angle while I run the business end of it. But if you have to buy any of our software, even now, you find it, you want to buy it as a club member, just let me know. We will give you 20% off of the whatever price that you see. It's an amazing value for only $10. And I did it deliberately, mostly for those who are just entering the business. They don't have a lot of money. I don't want to take your $1,000 or $20,000. I do have those courses. I have a one-on-one coaching that is $20,000. But I'm not going to take it from you unless you're at a certain level. Okay, otherwise I'm just going to take your money. If you don't know what an autoresponder is, what are you doing in my coaching, one-on-one coaching program? It's a waste of time. That means I have to first train you on that. I have to then train you how to create products. No. That will frustrate you and frustrate me. So we want you to start out at a level you can flow with as you begin to put some stuff in place, because we have trainings every week, practically every day now. As you grow, then you can graduate to some of the more expensive products. But for this one, trust me, the value you are getting here is more than 100 times what you are paying for it. Business360innercircle.com. For those of you listening to me on audio and you cannot see the link on the screen, is business360 innercircle.com. Go check it out, sign up today, and it won't always be $10. Like I've said, once I get to a certain number, I'm going to double the price, and I'll keep going, because sometimes having too many may become counterproductive. So I'm going to keep raising the price to reduce the number of people signing up. So you want to be one of the first set of people to join this Business 360 Inner Circle. Go get it, and go get it now. Don't tell me I did not tell you. I'm telling you right now what you are going to be getting with this amazing program. All right, we are bringing this to a close. We've had a great time with my coach in the prompt engineering, and one of the best voices out there, simply because he's not talking the talk, he is doing it. And lastly, before I give him the word to give us his thoughts on his crystal ball, I'm going to be launching my next book next week, Monday. I've never done a launch on a Clubhouse. I just wanted to gather all these big boys together, let them come and help me out, and just give me some homage and maybe give me some of their money. So, Louis, I'm launching my book called Success Secrets of Millionaire Hustlers. I'm launching it next week Monday on Clubhouse. And this book, I'll tell you guys a little bit about it. This book, I wrote it as a reaction to an event that I attended when I was in Dubai, February this year. It was an event organized by Stephen Akitayo. Most of you in Nigeria know him. He's a billionaire real estate guy who happened to be my protege. I actually trained him, even though I myself don't even do real estate. So when he was putting together his conference in Dubai, he had Robert Kiyosaki there, he had Grant Cardone, and he had Les Brown as some of the speakers. And he felt that, well, since I'm his daddy, I also deserve to be on that stage, even though I'm not on the level of any of those guys. At least I won't consider myself so. But he said, no, with what you are teaching and what you are doing, you deserve to be on the stage with those guys. So he paid all my expenses to come to Dubai for the conference. So while these big names were speaking, I had my notes out. I was writing notes furiously. But something occurred to me that these guys were really not teaching what people are trying to break out into success need to know. They are teaching what those who are already successful do. The mindset to go from $1 million to $10 million is very different from the mindset to go from 100,000 to 1 million, and is different from going from broke to $10,000. All right. But they were telling stuff like, and meanwhile in the audience, about 150 people, most of them were people who are starting out. They are real estate agents who are trying to learn to work for Stephen Akitayo in Dubai, in his Dubai real estate office and all that. These are young people. They've not made $10,000 before in their life. They've never even sold a house. So I'm listening to them and I say, okay, for you to succeed, you need to come up with an original concept. You have to be original. I'm like, what are they talking about? I don't know of anybody, okay, that started out being original. Everybody started out copycat. You pick what is working, you twist it a bit to make that first $1,000, that first $5,000. When you start paying your bills, now you have earned the luxury to be original. That's the way I thought about it. But the way they were talking is different. And then they were talking about you must be excellent. That excellence is what will help you with breakthrough. Bullshit is what I said. Even though these are guys that were training me. I read all their books. I learned from what they were saying. Okay, if you really want to stay long in the market, obviously you have to pursue excellence. But if you want to make that $1,000 to pay your rent or $10,000, excellence is your worst enemy. Okay, most of them, when they came out, none of them is excellent. Okay, not the Amazon guy, not Robert Kiyosaki himself. Everything Microsoft. Okay, he put it out there and he started fixing it. So I was thinking, okay, maybe we need a whole different kind of book for guys who are just trying to break out. So I came up with the idea of Success Secrets of Millionaire Hustlers. If you really want to be a hustler, which is what all of us are, in a good sense, a hustler is somebody who gets something done, who takes advantage of opportunities to make things done. We need to understand the real mindsets. When Virgin Guy started, he had a hustler mindset. He didn't have a vision of dominating the world. Read his book. His vision was just to take an advantage of a loophole in the British system where they give refunds for VATs. And he used that and more or less ran trip the thing to collect VAT money back. The man put it in his book. One of the few billionaires who was really honest about how he started. Okay? And the thing started growing. The Amazon guy did not have the vision of dominating the world in books. He had that later. All he wanted to do was give people their books faster when he heard about internet. Oh, people, when they buy books, it takes 2-3 weeks to get it. What if I can get it to them faster on the internet? He was selling his own books, his own stuff. And then people started approaching him. Why don't you sell our own for us? Then the vision started growing to what it is now. So it'd be wrong of him to now say, before you start, you need to have a global vision. What the hell is a global vision to a hustler? You want to pay, you want to take your wife out on vacation. You don't need a global vision. You need to twist Luis Prompt Engineering course and create your own. That's what you need to do. Then when you are okay, then you can be thinking, okay, what originality can I bring? So that book basically debunks that stuff and gives you 33 hardcore gems about what you need to be able to succeed. Because this is my show, I'm going to take you into a 2-3 minute intro about that book before we bring this to a close. I think it's only fair for me to promote my shit for at least 3 minutes, right, Louis? You agree with me? I'm a hustler at the end of the day. I got to hustle my book. Okay, here we go. I'm going to play a very nice promo video. It's a clip from a TV interview and all that for you to get the essence of what this is all about. Where is it right now? After that, then we're going to come back to Louis, and Louis is going to give us his crystal ball, how he sees the world and AI going forward. And
breaking news with Paul Toole.
Good evening and welcome to our breaking news segment. I'm Paul Toole and we have some exciting news for all aspiring entrepreneurs and business enthusiasts out there. Today we bring you an exclusive announcement that is set to shake up the business world. Breaking records and capturing the attention of millions, The Success Secrets of Millionaire Hustlers is the highly anticipated book that unveils 33 groundbreaking mindset secrets for making money in any economy without working so hard. Authored by renowned business expert Dr. Ope Banwo, this book is a game changer for anyone looking to achieve financial success. Dr. Ope Banwo, a leading authority in entrepreneurship and wealth creation, has dedicated years of research to uncovering the strategies that millionaires use to achieve their financial breakthroughs. His book is a comprehensive guide that empowers readers with practical tips and proven techniques to elevate their financial status. When asked Dr. Ope Banwo about the thinking behind his latest book, this is what he had to say.
The Success Secrets of Millionaire Hustlers is a combination of my years of experience and analysis of the true mindset secrets of successful individuals that has helped them to achieve financial breakthrough rather than what they often tell us is their secret. In this book, readers will discover the winning mindsets for working smarter, not harder, and how to make money in any economic climate. I sincerely believe it's time to break free from the traditional thinking that often keep most people poor and embrace new contrarian ways of thinking that lead to financial independence. That's why I wrote the book.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you, Dr. Ope. With its release on the horizon, The Success Secrets of Millionaire Hustlers is already generating a buzz within the business community. Entrepreneurs, business owners, and those seeking financial freedom eagerly anticipate the opportunity to learn from Dr. Ope Banwo's expertise. To all the go-getters out there, this is your chance to gain access to the mindset secrets that will transform your financial journey. Pre-order your copy of The Success Secrets of Millionaire Hustlers today and be among the first to embark on this life-changing experience. Don't miss out on this extraordinary opportunity. Visit the author's website www.opebanwo.com to secure your copy and unlock the path to financial success. Stay tuned for more updates on this groundbreaking release. Thank you for joining us for this breaking news segment. I'm Paul Tall and we'll be back with more updates soon. Stay informed, stay empowered, and good night.
Awesome. All right, we're going to be having that launch next week, Monday. Mr. Louis, you are officially invited as one of my special launchers at that event. I will send you a formal invitation. It's just going to be on Clubhouse. I've never done a book launch, but I wanted to just have fun with that on Clubhouse. Next week, Monday, is going to be, I think we're going to do it at a 4 p.m. Eastern time or so. I'm going to work time that is most convenient for all my launchers. I'm trying to get all the big boys to go in there and come and give me some credibility there. All right? How about that? Are you accepting, sir? Let me blackmail you publicly. Are you going to be there, Louis?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Now, let's go into the last question for you. Looking into your crystal ball, what do you see as the landscape for the future of AI, the landscape of AI for the future of business and our personal lives? Take it away.
Yeah, so looking at the landscape, first and foremost, the game is changing every single day, right? Artificial intelligence. I mean, when you go on futuretools.ai, you'll see in January there were about 150, 200 overall AI tools. Now, on that website, you'll see more than 2,000 plus artificial intelligence tools. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. But the long and the short of it is, this is the beginning. I would much rather learn this process of artificial intelligence, of prompt engineering, of how to adapt to the world that is here and that it is coming, instead of kind of being on the back end of things. So where it is in the overall landscape of artificial intelligence as a whole, is that we're at the beginning, and it's changing every single day. For businesses, it's giving them the opportunity to use less people and produce more work. For our personal lives, it's giving us the ability to break free of the worker mentality and puts us into the entrepreneurship and the employer mentality, if we should take it. So overall, I think it's going to give freedom to businesses to explore and to increase their overall efficiency. And I think it's going to give freedom to individuals like you and myself, to spread our wings and really take hold of the future that we want, not the future that we've been sold by somebody else.
Wow. Always very, in fact, you speak like a ChatGPT now. Very succinct, very direct, very, very clear. Am I speaking to the real Louis? Is it Louis or his clone? I don't trust you anymore. Maybe you got your clone answering questions now. Thank you so much, Louis, for your time. I cannot thank you enough for giving us these 2 hours to be with us. Guys, again, I'm looking for the website to his stuff, chat GPT-3 masterclass.com. For those of you who would like to engage with him, you want to go in there and book that 1 hour consultation. Yes, it's not free, but trust me, that 1 hour consultation is the best value. How much is it anyway? Because
Yeah.
the 1 hour
So our one-on-one personal consultations, where we either help you build your standard operating procedures, help you write a book, help you apply for grants, and so on and so forth. That one-on-one class is $275. If you want access to our entire artificial intelligence university, access to our Discord, access to our proprietary prompts, where we literally give you one-click prompt generation, mastery of the tools, and otherwise, that's $2,750. And I promise you, just one of those classes essentially is that price point, right? But we give you access to more than 30 plus master classes and all of those prompts. So you're not starting from the very beginning. We give you access to one-on-one tools and continued consultations and continue hand-holding through the process as well. So the one-on-one class is $275, and our overall university is $2,750.
Now, this overall university you keep talking about, and I know you've got dozens and dozens of people on that. Let's explain it more for the audience, or there are people right now who are watching this. Maybe that's what interests them. When you say the classes you have there, those courses, are they courses that is it just text? Is it audio? Is it video? And is it just about prompt, or did you actually take them step by step out to, let's say, for instance, you talk about the grant course. Now, the grant course, describe one of those courses for me. Maybe that is what is still blocking my head on what this is, so that they can get an idea of the kind of value that you are giving. So one of the stuff they get in the university is this grant writing course. What exactly is it? Is it just a set of prompts, or a step-by-step process, and actually coming up with building out maybe a sample course? Because to me, that's what would make sense to me, where at the end of a sample grant, where at the end of it, I can actually have my full grant done. How does it work? What is the format?
Yeah. That's a phenomenal question. So all of our classes are 2 to 5 hour classes. It's step by step, us walking you through the process of exactly how to build it out. And not only do we articulate the overall class as a whole, but we give you the prompts to be building it out and to be producing the outcome as you watch it. Um, So we don't want you kind of starting from the very beginning. The whole point of us creating this artificial intelligence university is so that way you can be exactly where we are in our overall processing and our understanding and development now, not waiting, not like most universities kind of drawing it out and making you wait and putting you through weeks. You finish our 2-hour masterclass on how to write a grant, you are an efficient grant writer with more than 10,000 years of experience. And I didn't.
Now, do you actually, are you be able to write the grant right there?
It will be done. You will literally be done with your grant 30 minutes into the master course, because the
Guys,
prompt is laid out so you can navigate it and not be tripping up or asking questions and being lost. It's so efficient and so revolutionary that we couldn't make a grant writing for dummies course if we tried. This is your way of getting it done as you watch it. And you have access to our Discord that has more than 2,000 people in our Discord. And this is an overarching university in every stretch of the imagination, except we compress time. We compress time by removing the unnecessary coursework, and we literally guide you through the process of developing whether it be a grant, whether it be a book, whether it be standard operating procedures, whether it be building your business, starting a non-for-profit, you name it, we walk you through the process of doing it. And then we give you the tools to get it done by the end of the class.
Wow, that is massive. Guys, if I were you guys, that's what I'm going to even be shooting for. Okay, it's only $2,750. And I think you're going to get it, because just getting somebody to write you a grant, you probably will pay that much anyway. But plus all the other, can you give a list of some of the stuff that is in the university, please, for the benefit of those who may want to take a look at this?
Absolutely. We have AI credit repair, and walking you through Title 15, Section 1681A, exclusions 1 through 2, and the other UCC laws to help you repair your credit. We walk you through different artificial intelligence programs such as Midjourney and the mastery of that, so that way you can create the cover art or overall processing for that as well. We help you write trusts. So whether that be revocable, irrevocable, land trust, statutory trust, and otherwise, and even a dynasty trust. We walk you through book creation in minutes. We walk you through creating a smart contract, advertising, and exactly how to sell a smart contract, whether that be on the Solana, the Bitcoin, the Ethereum blockchain, or otherwise. We teach you how to apply for national grants. So we don't just teach you how to apply for grants. We give you sources of more than 900 different grants that you can apply for in this country. That's regardless of your state. We have state-by-state grants. We have grants for domestic violence domestic violence victims, people who are in non-for-profits, people who are in for-profits, so on and so forth. We have grants for people such as yourself who want to help internationally and apply for grants specifically for Africa.
Are there samples already? Are there samples included?
Yes.
Done samples that is there.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. That is massive. That is massive. For those of you out there lazy, the lazy ones like me, you just want one that is done for your industry. Carry it. Do. No, I'm lazy. I told you I'm a hustler. I'm lazy.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
I don't want to. If the work can be done for me, I'm good, guys. I'm letting you guys know what is out there. You guys just get hold of this man. Like somebody said on Clubhouse, on Gist House, he said this man is a walking cyborg. I think I'm going to be calling him the Cyborg Luis. Okay. Somebody said, "Where is the police? Arrest this man." No, you can't arrest him. He's exercising his freedom. Okay, so tell me a little bit more. I really want people to get this. There's a lot of my friends who are probably can afford that university who are listening to this, for them to see the value in it for them. Is there more that you want to
Yeah,
share
yeah,
with us?
absolutely. So we teach you how to create a press release company. So for those of you who want to get your notoriety or build other people's notoriety, we teach you how to build a press release company, start an SEO, a search engine optimization wing of that company, and how to create a website so you can specifically do that. We teach you how to apply for more than $38 million in artificial intelligence grants. Now that you guys are experts in artificial intelligence, how to start and scale a non-for-profit, how to build out a course in a matter of minutes, how to do non-fungible tokens or NFTs, so that way you can create a token-gated community.
Oh, wait, how to create their own NFT, how to create it? Is that
Yeah.
what they are saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How to
Because I
create
need
it,
to create
sell
one
it,
for the
and
business
market
club.
it. Huh? Say it again.
Wow. I need to create one for the Business 360 Club. I need to create my NFT. I've been thinking about it. I'm just like, how am I going to create this shit? Now you say you have a course on there. Let's go.
Okay, baby. I'm just saying how to create your own click funnel, right? So I mean, you've got
whoa. Say that again.
Huh?
Whoa.
What'd you say?
Whisper that again. Whisper it.
How to create your own click funnel.
What are you talking about? Explain that. Are you talking the click funnels that I know or a different thing? No way. No. Break that down for me. Are you serious?
How to create your own click funnel with its call to actions, with its opening hooks, with its up sales and down sales. Okay.
Wow. Using ChatGPT, can it build that? I thought it's for text, man. Hey,
I mean, it's okay. I mean, people want to stay on the outside looking in. I don't know. How to write wholesale contracts, how to create overcoming objections, how to do the OODA loop protocol, the observe, orient, decide, and act protocol, so that way you guys can overcome objections. For all my salespeople on here who have a problem with doing cold calls, or you want to train your VAs to do cold calls for you. I don't know. One click reminders, and so on and so forth.
Wow, all of that in the university. I see you are still scrolling. So talk about it.
Do you see the scroll?
I'm seeing you, but it's not on screen. I'm the only one.
Oh, okay.
I've got my AI showing me everything.
Okay. Because I'm like, okay. How to create your own social media ad copy and marketing. I mean, how to create your own Discord server, Mister. I'm gonna create a server.
I already created one, but I don't know whether it's good or not.
Okay, well, how to break that down and do the different segments of it. I mean, come on, we got real estate, we got Mid-Journey, we got NFT holders, we got different text channels, we got rules and regulate. I mean, come on. So
let's go. All right, guys. I wanted him to dwell on that so that you guys can see the value you can get with this man. You can choose to play the small game and do the 275 for just, or you can choose to get the whole ball of wax and say, screw this guy, I'm getting the whole thing, and let him do whatever he's going to do. Or you can just get your 20-minute free call with him. Either way, you want to engage him. See, for me.
I don't do free. Respectfully. Sorry? I don't. No. 20 minutes.
I said I said 20 minutes. Yes.
20 minutes. 20 minutes is $75.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought you said that was free.
Whoa.
No, you don't do free.
No. Free is right now. Free is right now. They could come on Clubhouse. They can listen for free. We don't teach poverty. We don't teach poverty. I don't teach people how to do nothing.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah,
you want to see this man, you got to hold it. Or the only way you can see for free is on Clubhouse if you can catch him.
Yeah.
All right. And when he's doing his Clubhouse, then he moves to Zoom and leaves you hanging there. And you have to pay $75 to go listen to him on Zoom. I've seen it happen. That's why I said this don't make sense. I better go get involved in this stuff. So guys, either way, you want to engage him. Okay. If you want to follow him on Clubhouse and you want to go where the man is going. Like they say in Nigeria, follow who know road. Okay. This man knows the road. You got to follow him. I'm following bumper to bumper. After this call, I'm chatting him up. I'm saying, boy, what's going on here? I already sent you a message. Now you better be responding right now on your chats. Okay? Be checking it out right now. Don't loud it. Don't loud it. Just respond to me. Okay? Salivary said, do tell. Abdul Alim says 100%. There you go. Kojo Johnson say, peace. Good evening. Okay? It's about time I take that leap right now. I'm done with all this talk. Guys, you have seen Luis Estrella in action. He's as real as they come. I love them like that. The man is as real as he's talking. You know, there's a lot of guys that will form for you, a lot of guys that will give you a lot of bullshit, and they can't deliver. I've watched him over and over, share his screen, and drop this thing. It's no longer theory. You want to get, so thank you so much, Louis. I appreciate the 2 hours you gave me without charging me to be here. Thank you so much. This is the free, guys. After now, there is no free. Even for me. He likes to say, you say respectfully. I love that. Say it again. No free. You got to say one more time. Respectfully. I like that.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. Louis, I love you, man. You are the real article. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed your great time with Louis tonight. Tomorrow is even going to be more packed. Like I told you guys, I want to be as consistent as I can for as long as I can. A lot of these quality guests, they're not easy to get like that. So if I can get them, if I have to do 3 a day, I'm going to do it. Then I can schedule the release on my official podcast later. We're going to be having Professor Chris Imafidon himself is going to be here tomorrow, guys. But it's going to be like late at night for those of you who cannot hang. But I think it's 8 p.m., which is still good enough for those of you in Nigeria. You can catch him. It's like 3 p.m. Eastern time or so, if I remember well. We're also going to be having Rume Hofi, another Nigerian guy, the crypto preacher, who is listed in the top 5 of people who are teaching crypto combined with AI in Africa today. I was fortunate to get him. He's going to be on the Fearless Netpreneur podcast tomorrow. And of course, tomorrow also. So we got 3 people coming tomorrow, guys. It's all day podcast. We got Hot 3. I always get his name wrong. It's Hot Potter. I normally call him Hot Spencer, but it's Hot Potter the third. Is also another guy who knows the road when it comes to this prompt engineering, ChatGPT, AI, and all that. You want to be here all day tomorrow, starting from 10 a.m., I think. Eastern time, we're going to have the first guest and the second guest and the third. Be part of this, and above all, I must see you as the summit. You have no excuse. There's a free version, there's a silver version, and there's a gold version. You have no excuse not being there. Create the time. Create the time, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. That is 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Nigerian time. Find the time, even if you can't stay all the 6 hours, okay? Try to be there for at least a few of those sessions. We have it on businesssummit.ai. You're going to see the list of speakers. You're going to see the topic they're going to come and speak on. Be there. You got to show up to go up. There's nothing like I pray God will bless me. You got to go in there so that God can have something to bless. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow and then Tuesday to Thursday for the summit. Thank you again, the Prompt Engineering King, for being here. Guys, keep it straight, keep it focused. And Dr. Ope Banwo is out.